From the Tailpipes Tacos Cruise-In at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Texas, it's the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we got more car people, and amongst them is a fella by the name of Chase Murray.
All right.
We're going to talk to him coming up next. You'll learn all about him. And his mama.
And his mama.
And his mama and his new baby.
And a new baby.
Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us on our extended show today here at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In. We're going to be announcing winners of the 3 categories for the Chili Pepper Trophies coming up, I think, at the bottom of the hour. Are you going to do that?
We'll see.
Oh, come on.
Maybe it's going to be your mama.
It might be.
Yeah. Might be mama.
There's your mama right there and your grandmama right there.
Ladies, how are you? Enjoying the weather?
Chase Murray is a long time. Well, I've known him all my life. Yeah, he's good. He's only 22,
and a few.
And a few.
Yeah, we're not counting those anymore. So
no,
it's all good.
I know all about that.
Don quit at 22
that,
also.
Huh?
Yeah. So how you been?
What's new?
I can't
New
lie.
baby.
New baby.
So congratulations, Dad. So how? When was the baby born?
Thank you. Baby was born on the 13th on Wednesday. 7 pounds, 7 ounces.
Healthy baby boy.
Healthy
How's Mama
baby.
doing?
She's doing great, recovering.
Yeah.
You know,
Is she back home?
back home. Thank goodness. And you know, a lot to learn and a lot to look forward to.
Oh my God! Yeah, listen, I would
Take
not.
lots of pictures.
I would not trade
Already.
those days for anything.
Right.
Anything. I wish I could do it all over again with my girls. Yeah.
Such a special experience. I've only heard about it, you know, and
Now you get to live it.
I get to live it, and it's been great so far. And everything that everyone said has been true.
So what is this young individual's name?
Ty Alexander Murray. So 7 pounds, 7 ounces. Beautiful baby boy.
Did you smoke a cigar?
I didn't, but I'll have to call in Stan the man for that. He's the aficionado for sure.
Yeah, see, I don't do cigars. I don't care who you are.
Well, if
I
it's a
just-
new baby, you got to take a puff off a cigar. You know, my favorite
I
cigars.
use the bubblegum cigar.
Is that- yeah, right.
My favorite are called It's a Boy.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
my favorite ones.
They got those?
Yeah, called
It's a Boy
It's a Boy
cigars?
cigars,
Yeah, you buy a whole box of them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sometimes they have It's a Girl.
Yeah, I mean,
You
they
know
get
what?
them pretty good for $2. You can't expect too much.
Can't beat it.
For 12 cigars, you can't beat it.
It's kind of like, what is that Moet champagne that everybody buys for New Year's Eve?
Oh, God.
That's headache in a bottle for me. Wow.
You just have to
Moet.
learn not to drink so much, Don.
Or just
So-
drink
It
with
wasn't
him.
that. It was like one
That's what
glass
it is.
and
Well, yeah,
boom,
not
boom,
even one
boom.
glass
Yeah.
will kill
Well,
you
that's
on
good.
that.
So,
Yeah, we're all so blessed. It's just been a great experience with family all around us, and just blessed. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I hear you. It's good, and we kind of
Good for you.
turned into we are your adopted family,
That's it.
whether you like it or not,
I know.
brother.
Well, good news is I love all of you guys. So.
Well, we love you too.
The family you don't invite to Thanksgiving.
Stan was saying
yeah.
you're having trouble holding a baby and shifting the car. Was that true?
Yeah, you know, but we can get it worked out. I think I can take some pointers from my mom, you know, chick with a stick. She's pretty good
There you
at
go.
driving
Yeah.
stick cars.
Get one of those carriers where the baby sits in front.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and you-
I've got that going, baby. Bajorn, I've got it. You know, we can set
He
him
even
up.
knows the name of the thing.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of research done before this baby came.
yeah,
He
yeah.
had 9 months to do that.
So did you score big time on the shower? Did they have a baby shower for you?
Well, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
car
It
parts.
was,
Wind blower.
yeah,
and
I mean, we
belts.
put Summit and jigs on there, and so no one's picked up the supercharger yet, but
but it's still possible.
it's still
Yeah,
time, you know. I'm going to go ahead and send that link to Stan, see what I can get out of it.
There you go. Yeah.
So-
Well, it's great to have you here.
Yeah,
Are
thank you,
you
guys.
are you where are you living these days?
I'm living 8 minutes down the road in the west side of Katy over here.
Oh, are you?
Very
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
So we're my wife and I are settled in. We're newlyweds and new parents, new jobs all around.
Yeah, you
so,
newlyweds, but you've been dating for a long time.
yeah, we've been together for over 5 years, but we just got married in February, and it's been a whirlwind of emotions and experiences, but it's been a really good time in both of our lives.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
You're on
Very
your
good.
way.
And how's your dad?
He's doing well.
Yeah.
I got to see him a few days ago for the birth, and he's still building motors over there in Orange, Texas at Diamondback Performance. So
We'd still like to talk to him if you can get him to do it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
But he's loving it. I've got at least 400 Hot Wheels cars that he bought for the baby boy. So
when the day
Thank you,
comes,
Dad.
When the day comes and he doesn't swallow them, then you're doing
Well,
fine.
Yeah,
Yes.
You kind of
exactly.
hold
Yes.
on to it for that. Yeah.
yeah.
So let's talk about your racing endeavors. Is that still continuing?
Racing is still continuing. I slowed it down some, obviously, to prepare for
Got
baby
things
boy.
to do. Yeah.
And believe it or not, my wife's chomping at the bit to get back out there more than me.
Really?
So she's
So-
got a brand new dragster
That's
to
what we
race.
heard.
Was she
Yeah.
racing before? I
Yes.
mean, that was part of. That's
Yeah.
just part of what y'all.
That's how we met at the racetrack. We met at
it's
State
so
Capitol.
As I mentioned to Stan, it sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah,
You
doesn't
know, met the girl at the racetrack.
Yeah. Won
the
And
girl's
dated her for a
heart,
while,
yeah.
and then they get married, then they have
Yeah.
babies. And
Yep.
What is it with these cars and racing and stuff? Girls,
That's it.
fast women. That's it. Fast women. A different kind of fast.
that'll
Yeah,
do it.
that know
That's
how to
it.
drive a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've scaled it back. So what's Mama got cooking?
Mama, like I said, is itching at and trying to get back in that dragster. So
Okay,
So
what
what's it-
class
Yeah,
dragster?
what's it gonna
she
be?
is running a super comp dragster, 175 miles an hour,
Oh.
8.9 seconds. She grew up the same way I did in a junior dragster at 8 years old.
Is that where you met her, Junior Dragsters?
I was. We have a slight age gap, but I was actually testing my top dragster while she was testing her 330 Outlaw junior dragster in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And so, we said hey and took a picture, and a few years down the road, we ended up together.
And then it was
So,
hey.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's good to say that we're all racers and we have a great time.
That's good. Now, I understand also that you've been brought into the Lupe Tortilla organization.
I have, yeah. Stan has brought me in under his wing
That's
as
cool.
director of operations.
Awesome.
And every day I'm learning, helping out these guys, and seeing what true rock stars they are. We really have some great people here.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing to be able to see them and what they do for the organization, and they're just so kind and caring people.
But that's in any of the Lupe organizations.
It
They-
But
is.
you know, and,
whole-
and there's one guy that's instrumental in that. And he's sitting right over there. That's Stan.
That is,
And it's amazing that everybody loves this guy
they do.
and respect him, and it's a pleasure to be around him.
It is.
And kind of like a Billy Graham in a car kind of way. Can I say that? Yeah, it is kind of that way. And he welcomes everybody, and
Yes, he does.
it permeates the organization that he's created. And I know that he just got through telling me, hey, Don, we're putting all of the Lupe Tortillas kind of under one umbrella kind of again, and, mending fences and all that, and that's fine, well and good. But you guys basically take care of 4 stores, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're over here
Yeah.
at Grand Parkway. We have the original, which is 40 years old, as you know.
Yep.
We have Beaumont, Texas, and College Station, Texas, as well.
Yeah.
All 4 of them are just thriving and full of great people. And I can't help but say, but it all trickles down from Stan.
I know. Yes, it does. So is Jaime still part of the
Unfortunately, we tried to run him off, but when you got a hell of a manager in Beaumont,
Jaime and I have history.
yeah.
Yeah.
do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, we do.
Can we talk about that on the air or
No.
not?
Jaime taught me many things in the catering department, and he also taught me how to actually be fed when I'm doing a catering event, because typically there's no time for that. But at the end of the service, he had a styrofoam cup like this, put a little rice down in there, you put some beans in there, and you put some fajita meat in there, and there's your meal in a cup.
There you go.
And I think that it ought to be a to-go menu item, don't you think? Because it worked for me. So Jaime taught me many things. And Jaime and Mikey and me, we did the catering thing for a couple of years, and what an experience that was.
Yeah, Jaime's a great guy. I love hanging out with him. I have such a long history with him, even before being involved with Lupe's in that capacity.
Yeah.
But he's just a great guy.
He is. Now, isn't he married now? He has a baby. I cannot imagine little Jaime. Anyway, I've got a picture.
The good news is the baby's the same size as him. So
well, that's not much of a stretch because Jaime's a small guy, but great heart and good guy.
Small but mighty. He gets stuff done. There's no doubt.
Now, is he in Beaumont?
He is in Beaumont.
Yeah.
We're blessed to have him part of this team. It's been a very long time with Lupe Tortilla.
Well, yeah, because I was there with him from pretty much the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know as if he beat me much by being at the original one. Do you? It was about the same time, yeah. And I don't know how Stan managed to put the three of us together, but and those boys taught me a lot, and it was good times.
Stan has a special way of bringing the right people together at
the
right time.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Let's get back to the racing. So, what is your car that you drive around every day?
Well, right now, Stan kind of gave me freedom to go grab any one of his 45 cars that he has over there.
Yeah.
Like the white GTO out there?
Yeah, like the white GTO that is for sale. So if you want to come look at it,
that's what we heard. We understand that.
That's the GTO HO 455.
Yeah, it's a very nice car. I love to see
Nut
him
bolt
get out and
rotisserie.
about in it. Yeah, he every once in a while he'll pop up at the original, and he's in a different car every time. And
Here,
I
take
love to
this
see
one.
it.
Here, take this.
Yeah.
Let me trade you.
Yeah, so I love to see it. It's really cool to see him enjoy and all of his cars that he
Absolutely.
has.
Well, here's the plan. You've got a new baby. That's something to work for. So when the baby learns how to drive, there you go.
That's it. I have a feeling it won't be long.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it won't be. I think Junior Dragster is going to be the first on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sheila held up the regional Junior Dragsters here. And
That's it.
yeah, and that's how she and Stan met on the drag racing thing. And,
Yep.
and I was telling Stan in the earlier part of the show that I reminded him of when I met him. And that was about close to when he met you. And what was the name of the Chinese place? They're all over. What is the name of that place? Not Shanghai Reds. It's
Kim Sum or something?
No, and not Kim Son. It's P.F. Chang's. Went to P.F. Chang's. Yeah, then that's where
Chinese?
Yeah, P.F. Chang's. Well, that's whatever you want to call it. But that's what and we all sat and laughed and cried out of laughter because of he told the nut joke at the table that night, and we'd had quite a few drinks that night, and in the parking lot he says, "Hey man, I need somebody to run the catering department." I said, "Stan, I got a job. I'm working with David Powers and doing the drag racing thing, and I'm really not looking. I'll teach you everything you need to know." Well, wasn't it long after that? "Hey Stan, you still got that job open?" "Yeah, come on, let's do it."
Yep.
And it's been a road, Sheila May. It has been a road. Yeah, she and I have been through some interesting times together.
Yeah.
With that guy there.
I know.
Oh,
Stan's
I've heard
always at the
stories
center
about
of
you.
it.
Yeah.
I've
Huh?
heard stories about Sheila. I've heard
Sheila May.
stories,
Yeah. Good stuff. It's great.
She's actually told him.
Yeah. So who's going to do the giveaway here as far as the awards, the trophies? Have you judged the cars? Is somebody in charge of that?
I'm gonna consult. I've got a couple buddies over here, and they've made their rounds.
Oh,
so I'm
you
gonna
have?
consult.
So you guys
Yeah.
have made the rounds?
I could go get my Buick.
I seem to recognize these two.
Yeah.
They've been around.
They've been around.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Was it jail? Is that where I saw you last? I'm not sure.
At the county?
But at any rate, okay, well, let's plan on doing that at 10:30.
Okay.
Okay? Because
work.
I know that the event is over at 11 o'clock, and guys are starting to leave, so we want to make sure
Yep.
that we get
Yeah,
that in
yes,
there.
sir.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I'm sorry? Well, there's that, too. Yes, I know the baby and the baby
You didn't
mom.
bring the baby?
Didn't bring the baby.
No, it's a little young
But-
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it won't be long before his first tailpipes and tacos. That's for
good.
sure.
And by the way, you had threatened last time we had one of these events, that last time we talked, that you're going to have one over in Beaumont. And
Yes.
Mars would be thrilled
Yes.
to have it over there because, he lives in Neaterville.
Yep, I know. Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. I wanted to do it this year. Obviously, with the baby coming in, there was too much on the plate to commit to something over there. But we're going to put it on the calendar for
You
sure.
could have a diaper changing.
You know,
contest.
I just had this epiphany, and that is, from what I hear, the Hot Rod Tour of Texas is going to make the way up this way this year,
This
as
way.
opposed to straight out of Victoria and go north through the hill country.
Okay.
Now, I don't know any of the details, neither does Mars, but I'm thinking, that would be an event, is to have a stop at a Lupe Tortilla along the way. It's only 300 cars. I mean, you could handle that.
Wow, we
You
got
got
to fit them in.
capacity
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Somewhere. So I think that we should bring that up as a suggestion.
Well, I
As a
think-
matter of fact, he's already punched in. He's listening. So,
We'll definitely reach out and see what we can figure out.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that would be a good thing. It'd be fun. Okay. Just an idea. Thought I'd throw it out
Great
there.
idea, Don.
All right.
It's the first one this year.
It is the first one. The first one in a long, long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Amen.
Back when I was conscious. All right. Time now for a quick break. You good with that? You can
Yes,
get
sir.
the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 through the Odyssey Radio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider, and we video stream our live weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And don't forget the In-Wheel Time app as well. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana, the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then.
Welcome back to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Next week, we're back in the Sugar Shack studios.
All right.
And we'll have your favorite features along with Zoom guests and so much more. And we'll be on the air live 10 to noon. Of course, we have always got the podcasts, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Let's do This Week in Auto History. Mr. Mars has that.
So I found 3 or 4 different stories that are really interesting that are kind of, let me tell you, November the 9th, 1937, Waldo Dean Waterman in San Diego, California
Where's Waldo?
got
in
a
California.
patent for a revolutionary automobile that could transform into an airplane or from an airplane into a car.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, this was called the Aerobile, Arrowbile. It was based on a high-wing monoplane with detachable wings.
God.
It was later powered by a water-cooled Studebaker engine, and you could transform it into a car, or you could take the car and transform it into an airplane.
Hell, that's what I fly in Sky Eye right now.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So the system was built so that the same wheel that drove the car drove the airplane. One steering wheel, all the controls, and everything was built to interact in between everything. And it was designed with car-like standards, and you could put baggage underneath the seats, so if you were flying or driving, either way. Now, On February the 21st, 1937, the Aerobeel made its maiden flight when the first three left California and went to Cleveland. Now, the number 5 was never completed, and the number 6 was actually completed in 1957, dubbed the Aerobeel, Aerobile, and it's sitting in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum in Virginia.
Cool.
Now, November the 10th, 1885. We had this conversation earlier. This was considered the first modern motorcycle, but they called it a riding car at the time. It was called the riding car, and at the controls was 17-year-old Paul Daimler, son of the bike's inventor, Gottlieb Daimler, Mercedes, all that good stuff. So he was the first biker. But some people want to argue that because it was made out of primarily wood, had wood wheels with iron rubber, where the rubber would go, it was iron on the tread.
Yeah.
And it had a platform on the bottom of it that had balancing wheels is what they called it. You know, what you used to call training wheels. So that they called them stabilizers, so they didn't really consider it a four-tire vehicle. So
like
they considered
training wheels almost.
Yeah, it was exactly like training wheels. And it was a single horizontal 264 cc or 16 cubic inch engine. It's air cooling, had a surface carburetor, and the ignition was by a hot tube. So it had a hot tube that was mounted on top of the engine. Underneath
hot
the
tube?
I knew he was going there.
And so, unfortunately, the hot tube got hot and caught the seat on fire while he was driving it. But 600 RPM running speed, ran 120 to 180 RPM.
That'd take care of those hemorrhoids pretty quick, wouldn't it?
Exactly. So, again, 3.1 to 7.5 mile per hour during the initial trip. That's when the seat caught on fire. And so the fire destroyed the original creation in 1903, but they built several replicas, and they're in museums and stuff. But this is considered the first motorcycle.
First barbecue.
Yes. November the 12th, 1908. General Motors buys Oldsmobile. The founding of Oldsmobile took place in October the 14th, 1897. Between 1901 and 1904, the factory turned out the curved dash model, which is considered the first mass-produced automobile in the industry. Now, they used an automotive...
There's no damn dash in it.
It's curved.
There's nothing there. It's a little footwell. Well, you've changed it. Anyway, go ahead.
That's an old. That's just a new model.
They used it. The main thing was that they used it on an assembly line. Now, a lot of people talk about Ford created the assembly line. And all that. Ford had a automated moving assembly line where the car moved by itself. What Oldsmobile did before that, they would take the car, they would push it to the station, people would work on it there, then they would push it to the next station. Whereas before this came up, people would go to the car, and they would build the car completely, and then they would go to the next car. So while Ford kind of mechanized everything, he really didn't create the first assembly line. However, so General Motors bought it, and it was really pretty successful for the decades, but after that, it didn't really do that good. And in December 2000, General Motors announced that they were probably going to shut down the brand because of financial issues and low sales volume.
No.
Production ended on April 29, 2004, when it closed the oldest surviving American car brand. And that is This Week in Automobile History.
Well,
that's beautiful.
You know, I just saw in the crowd here at the Lupe Tortilla.
And it's a vast crowd. There's like elbows out here.
My nephew and his wife.
I'll be darned.
And is the grandson here? Oh, my God. I never get to see them. Look who showed up. This is my nephew. Brian Sweetland.
There you go.
His wife. I'm honored.
Are they from Austin?
No, from here.
And you don't go see them?
No, and they actually live in Sugar Land. He's a huge Sugar Land. Well, it used to be the Skeeters. Now it's the Space Cowboys. Yeah. And you are a Space Cowboy. You always have been. I know. I remember when he was born.
Okay.
My sister's child. All right, let's see how we doing here. Oh, we're doing good.
We're doing good.
President-elect Donald Trump's transition team is planning to kill the $7,500 consumer tax credit for electric vehicle purchases.
Right.
As part of broader tax reform legislation. Two sources with direct knowledge of the matter told Reuters. Ending the tax credit could have grave implications for an already stalling U.S. EV transition. And yet, representatives of Tesla, by far the nation's largest EV seller, have told a Trump transition committee they support ending the subsidy.
Well, it takes out some of their competitors, probably. I do remember when they first started that, a bunch of people went out and bought electric golf carts as automobiles, and they got the $7,500 credit on a $10,000 golf cart.
Oops.
Well, they had lights, and they had brakes, and they had everything that
Licensed
qualified.
it,
And they put a license plate on it.
Well, there are whole
State says
communities
you
of
gotta do that. It
people
costs
down there.
$10.
Whole community of people down there in Florida. That's all they drive in
That's
that
where I'm
community
going.
is nothing but the golf carts.
That's
Well,
where
around
I'm
our
going,
town,
baby.
they're getting to be more and more because of the speed
I thought
limits.
I thought of Chase Murray because I've been seeing Reels videos on Facebook of these guys that have hot rodded golf carts. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I haven't seen
here
that
comes
yet.
here comes a golf cart that can do burnouts and at least 60 miles an hour
Or
on
more.
a golf cart.
Or more.
And a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Lawnmowers
Yeah,
too.
they have drag races for them.
Yeah.
He's lost.
One more story. No, I'm not. The average trade-in during the third quarter carried an all-time record amount of negative equity, with the Bower underwater by an average of $6,458, up 11% from a year earlier, according to Edmunds. 24% of trade-ins used for new vehicle purchases were underwater, up from 19% a year ago, through the lower, though lower than the 34% in the pre-pandemic third quarter of 2019, according to Edmunds. So you're upside down in your car and you keep buying more expensive cars, that's going to happen.
Keep going upside
Well,
down.
you buy them while they're really high back during the pandemic when there was a shortage, and now
Now
prices are
the price,
stabilized.
yeah, well, the prices are out of this world, in my opinion. $40,000 for an average automobile for a new car.
Pay cash.
Wow, it's a lot, man.
Yeah, most people can't pay cash. Though.
Time now for a quick break. If you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Be sure and follow us on Facebook. We are back in a flash.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, trucks, and muscle cars. Don't miss the Evel Knievel tribute. The Megamorph. Transforming robot car. Lowrider Showcase. Meet Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard. Hip-hop legend Flava Flav. Farm Truck and Asian from Street Outlaws. Autorama. Thanksgiving weekend. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.